Welcome to part 4 of the Basic Ableton Tips series, a series designed to give you the most important tips needed to get up and running with Ableton 10. My name is Daniel with Reverb Nation. In this tutorial, we're going to go over how to edit multiple MIDI clips, as well as go over some of the most helpful key commands available in Ableton 10. So let's get started. The first tip that we're going to go over is how to edit multiple MIDI clips. Editing multiple MIDI clips can be extremely helpful to you when you are producing. Having a view of all your MIDI available in one screen allows you to make the necessary changes more clearly and concisely for your chord progressions, for your melodies, and for your harmonies. With Ableton 10, we can accomplish this quite easily. To do this in Ableton 10, all we have to do is click on both MIDI clips. First, let's have a listen to our short musical passage here. So let's say that we wanted to edit our melody and we wanted to use our chord progression to guide what notes we want to use for this melody. If we just click on the melody clip here, we'll just see the melody MIDI here. And if we just click on the chords, we'll just see the chords here. Again, we would like to use our chord progression to guide where our melody is going, to help us know which notes fall within these chords and help us decide what notes we're going to use for our melody. So all we have to do to edit multiple MIDI clips is click on both clips here. They are now highlighted, and now double click. We can now see that we have both our chord progression and our melody MIDI here. And the current MIDI clip that is highlighted is the chord progression. And we can move around any of these MIDI notes as we seem fit, as well as going over to our melody MIDI and moving these around as we see fit. Once we click on the melody MIDI here, we can see that they are now highlighted, and we can now see at the top bar of the MIDI view that the melody clip is now highlighted. And each clip is selectable by the bars at the top. So there is our chord progression, and here is our melody. But you don't need to click these specific top bars to edit the MIDI clip as we showed. All you have to do is just click on the MIDI and it'll switch it for you. So we can go ahead and change our melody here and change around a few notes. Let's say we want to change around the A that we have here playing, and let's move it on down to, let's say, an F, which is in the current chord that is playing while this melody is playing. Then we can go ahead and change around all our MIDI notes to suit our track's needs. It's also important to note that we can edit more than just 2 MIDI clips at the same time. So I'll go ahead and make another MIDI clip here. Let's go ahead and pitch this up an octave. That way they will be separated. And go ahead and change the color. I'm going to change it. Go ahead and select all 3 MIDI clips here and double click. And we can see that we have all 3 MIDI clips right here in the top bar, as well as in our piano roll grid here. So there's the melody just duplicated up an octave. And once again, we can go ahead and change any note that we see in the piano roll here. Again, this makes it very handy to change around your chord progressions, melodies, and harmonies all in one editable piano roll. And tip number 2 that we're going to go over is useful key commands. When producing, it is essential to have a quick and efficient workflow so you can get the ideas from your head into your DAW as fast as possible to keep the creative flow going. And knowing a few important key commands that helps you navigate the DAW can be invaluable. So I'm going to go over a few key commands that have proven to be useful. So the first command that we're going to trigger is the reverse audio clip. And all we have to do that is click R on our keyboard, and this will reverse our audio clip. And if you would like to reverse it back, all you have to do is press R again. But we have to make sure that the piano symbol here is not selected when we press R on our keyboard, or else this function will not work, as having the piano symbol highlighted here will turn our keyboard into a MIDI keyboard and deactivate the key commands. So make sure this is turned off. The next key command that we're going to go over is zoom. Let's say that we want to edit a very small part of the sample. We can of course go to the top of the DAW to our magnifying glass and click and drag and zoom into our audio clip, but this can be time consuming. So to zoom in on a specific spot without having to use this click and drag, all we have to do is highlight the specific area that we want zoomed in on and click Z. And this will zoom in on the selected area and allow you to edit as you seem fit. And to zoom out of this zoomed in view of the audio clip, all we have to do is press Shift Z, and this will zoom back out. Again, make sure that the piano symbol is turned off when using these key commands. You can also use the Z and Shift Z key commands on multiple clips on your entire arrangement. So let's go ahead and make multiple tracks here. And we'll group some. And then we'll add more tracks. Group those as well. And we'll open up everything here. Then we can go ahead and once again zoom in. And you can highlight multiple clips and click Z. And this will zoom in on multiple clips. And for zooming out, again, Shift Z. This will zoom out. Then you can click Shift Z again, and this will zoom out of the arrangement entirely and show you a complete overview of your arrangement and close the groups. So this is great if you want to navigate throughout your track very quickly. And again, you can zoom back in, highlight an area, and press Z. This is very useful for editing certain sections of your arrangement. And then finally, I want to go over the audio scrolling function. This can be very useful if you're looking to plug in a certain sound in the arrangement and it doesn't seem to quite fit, and you need to move the sound around. So for example, if we shorten this clip, and we only wanted a small portion of this audio in our track, and we choose this section, and let's say it doesn't quite fit in our track. All we have to do to scroll through this audio is click Alt and Shift, and then click the audio clip, and then move your mouse left or right. And this will scroll through your audio clip without you having to chop up anything, resize the audio clip, or duplicate it. So let's say we wanted this section here. You can easily plug that in. And once again, we can go ahead and change it with Alt, Shift, and then drag left or right with our mouse. When scrolling through the audio will automatically snap to the current grid size that you are at. And if you'd like to scroll through the audio without being on the grid, while have it free flowing, all you have to do is press Command or Control, Alt, and Shift. And this will allow you to scroll through the audio without having it snap to the grid for a more precise fine-tuning of the placement of your audio. As you can see, with being able to edit multiple MIDI clips at once and using a few simple but effective key commands, you can greatly improve your workflow, creativity, and help you get your best ideas into the DAW.